Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mayowaoye, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make this statement asymmetrical circle skirt. This skirt is actually the lower part of a dress which I'll be completing next week, so watch out for the part 2 of this tutorial next week. Before we move to the tutorial proper, don't forget to tap the subscribe button below your screen and also tap the like button. Thank you. So guys, for today's asymmetrical structured circle skirt tutorial, I'm going to be drafting my pattern with I'm going to be starting with my front pattern. So yeah, because the skirt is like is asymmetrical, I'm going to need to draft the pattern fully instead of like normal half the way we used to do. So I'm just going to draft the full front right now. So yeah, to draft the full front, I'm going to get my pattern paper and then I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it this way, and now I'm going to label it. So I'm going to draw a border line rather. So I'll draw a 1-inch border line here to represent the side of my skirt, and this part here will be the middle. So yeah, so I'm just going to draw a 1-inch border line here. So yeah, this is my 1-inch border line right here. So this border line is going to serve as the seam allowance of my side. So my side seam allowance. So let me just label that, side seam allowance. Now to continue drafting the pattern, mind you, we are still drafting the front. This is still our front pattern. So I'm going to get the waist measurement, I'm going to be measuring here. I'm going to use I'm going to get my waist measurement. My own waist measurement is 27 inches. So I'm going to subtract 2 inches from that, and then I'm going to divide it by 6. So I hope you got the drift. So if your waist measurement is 28 inches or 30 inches, just subtract 2 inches from it, then divide it by 6. So yeah, this calculation is going to give me about 4.15 something. So let me just approximate that to 4.2 inches. So yeah, that's my waist measurement. So I'm going to measure my waist this way, 4.2 inches. I'll measure it from here, from this angle here, this origin here. I'll measure 4.2 inches down, and down. So I hope you got the drift. So yeah, this is my waist right here. So I'm just going to connect the dots. Now measure your ½ inch allowance up. So ½ inch up, ½ inch up, ½ inch up. That's your waist allowance. So yeah, this is it. This is my waist allowance here. So now I'm going to cut this out along this. I'll cut it out this way. So yeah, that's that. Our waist fully represented. So now I'm going to open the paper up. So opened up like this, now it's a full waist for the front. So this is the full waist measurement for my front. So I'm just going to extend this here. So just to label. So this is our full front waist. So now we are going to measure in the length that we want for our skirt, and mind you, the skirt is asymmetrical. So now before I continue, I'm just going to this border line I have here, I'm going to draw it here. This 1-inch allowance here, I'm also going to measure it here. It's already there already, so I just want to draw the line just so that it's the same with this place. So yeah, that's it. So I'm just going to label it again, side seam allowance. Now let's continue. Now if you look at the skirt, you would notice that the hem is unequal, that is asymmetrical. One side is short and one side is long. So I'm going to the short part. I want the short part to be on this side, and I want the long part to be on this side. So now you decide how long you want the short part to be and how long you want the long part to be. So for me, for the short part, I just decided to have 12 inches. So I just measured from here. I measured 12 inches down. So this is it right here. This is the short length right here. From here, from my waist here, 12 inches. And then for the long length, I decided I wanted 20 inches for the long length right here. So from here, I'm going to measure 20 inches down. So yeah, this is my long length right here. So this is from here to here, 20 inches. And this is my short length right here, from here to here. And I have 12 inches for the short length. So yeah, right here I'm going to, this is the long length side, so the 20 inches I'm going to measure it again from here downwards. And then for this part also, this short length here, the 12 inches, I'm going to measure it again from here downwards. Now that's done, so let me just connect this to this, and then I'll connect this to this. So the rest of the parts you can use it at, you can do at your own discretion. So the whole idea is to just have an asymmetrical part. So this part is long, this part is short, so I'm just going to connect it anyhow I want. You can decide, this part here is 20 inches, you can decide to have like measure 15 inches from here down, it depends on you, or you can decide to have 10 inches down, or no, you can't have 10 inches down yet since we have 12 inches at the short length. So you can decide to have maybe 18 inches here or 14 inches at the middle part here. So just to connect it to have like an asymmetrical shape right here. So yeah, so for me at the middle part here, I'm just going to give it 14 inches. So yeah, this is it right here. So now I'm just going to connect this here and connect this here. So yeah, this is it connected. So all you have to do now is to just add your allowance. So add a ½ inch allowance here, ½ inch here, ½ inch here, ½ inch here, because you know we'll still be joining like a kind of gathers to the hem here. So ½ inch here, ½ inch here, and then you cut it out. So yeah, this is my full front circle asymmetrical circle pattern. So now for the gathers, please note this side here, this short side here, I had measured 12 inches from the waist down, and this long side here I measured 20 inches from the waist down. So now for the gathers, measure the length of skirt you want, how long you want your skirt to be. Measure it from your waist down to wherever you want your skirt to be. If it's the hem, if it's your ankle or your calf, or if it's mini, it depends on how long you want the skirt to be. So for me, I want it like a bit midi, not too long and not too short, just like around my below my knee. So yeah, for me my full skirt length is about 33 inches. So I'm going to come to this short side right here. So this 12 inches I have here, I'm going to subtract it from my full skirt length. So I'm going to have 21 inches. So the length that I'll be measuring for my gathers, it will be 21 inches. So my gathers length will be 21 inches, and the width of my gathers will be, the width of the fabric will be, you measure from here all the way around and then subtract, multiply by 3. That will be the full gathers. But I'll show you what the gathers looks like later after we draft the back pattern. So yeah, now for the back pattern, to save time when you want to like cut your back, you can also still use your front pattern to cut your back. But first, before you use it, first cut this, that is your front. Just first cut it on your fabric first. So when you cut it on your fabric, then you can then use this to cut our back. So you use your pattern, just place it on your fabric and cut it out exactly the way this looks. Now when you want to, for the back, when you are done using this for the front, so you can just cut this open. This is the middle of my pattern, so you just locate the middle of your pattern. So this is the middle right here. So I'm going to cut the pattern open at the middle right here. So I'm going to place a piece of paper in the middle, I'm going to place a piece of paper here and a piece of paper here, just to locate my zip allowance, because you know your back has to have a zipper at the back. So yeah, this is my new paper added. So all I have to do now is to come to this midline here. So you come to this midline here and measure your 1 inch zip allowance out. So I'm just going to measure 1 inch out from here out, from here out, from here out, and then I'll do the same also here. So you measure your 1 inch zip allowance out from here, here, here. So yeah, that's that. This is my zip allowance drawn right here. Zip allowance also here. So now all you have to do now is to just cut it out. Just cut it out here. Then cut this also. So yeah, this completes everything you need to do for the back. So it saves time instead of you having to draft your pattern all over again from scratch for the back. So yeah, when you want to cut this on your fabric, just place the pattern on your fabric exactly the way this looks. So yeah, so now let's talk about the gathered hem I was talking about earlier. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I said, oh, you need to first measure how long you want your skirt to be. So just measure from your waist to wherever you want your skirt to be on your body. So for me, I want my whole full skirt length to be 33 inches, and this is it right here, my full skirt length here, full skirt length, yeah, 33 inches. So now the short side of this part here, the short length here from your waist here is 12 inches, and the long length here from my waist here 20 inches. So all I need is the short length here. So from my waist here, I have 12 inches. So I'm going to subtract that 12 inches from the full skirt length, and then I'm going to have 21 inches. So from here downwards is going to be the length of my gather. So that's the 21 inches. So I hope you got the drift. Now for the width of the gathers, you know that we have to gather it really. So just measure what you have round here, all the way round. So whatever you have, then you can multiply it by 2, just so that we can have more space to gather. So for me, I think I had about 66 inches when I measured from here all the way around to this part here. So that 66 inches, I'll just multiply it by 2, and then that'll be the width of my gathers, because you know we have to gather this part back to the same width of this of the circle skirt. So I hope you got the drift really. So you cut this is the one for the front, and then you cut another one also for the back. So this is the one for the front, and this is the one for the back. So the exact same thing I have here is what I have here. So we'll gather it back to the width of our skirt. So yeah, that completes the circle asymmetrical circle skirt. So this is my front circle cut out on my fabric. So yeah, I'm going to cut a lining also for this, and then I'm also going to cut a collar stay also for this, just so that it's more structured. So I'm going to cut a collar stay that is exactly the same shape as this. I'm also going to cut it to give it more structure. So yeah, pretty much that's that. And so I also want pockets in this skirt. So this is my pocket. This is one pocket for one, this is one for one side, and this is for the other side. So yeah, to draft a pocket, let me just do a short explanation of how I drafted my pocket. So just measure like 1 inch. So just measure like 1 inch borderline here. The 1 inch will serve as an allowance. So let's assume this is the 1 inch right here. So it serves as the allowance, side allowance for the pocket. Then you place your palm on top of it. You place this part here. This part here is going to touch this borderline here. So I'm going to place it like this and spread out my hand. So I'll spread out my palm, and then I'll locate this point, locate this point, locate this point, locate this point. So I hope you got the drift. So yeah, so once you locate it that way, you just connect. So yeah, this is it connected, like my palm, this is it connected. So you can just draw a straight line from here down, and then you draw a straight line also down. So yeah, that's how I draw my own, that is how I draft my own pocket pattern. So if you have another way, you can use the other way, you know. So this is how I arrived at this point. So you just add ½ inch allowance round, and then we already have a 1 inch allowance here, then you cut it out. So that's pretty much how I arrived at this pocket I have right here. So I'm going to be adding the pockets to my skirts when I'm sewing. So now let's move straight to sewing. So guys, this is where I'm at now. You can see that this is my front, this is the front of my skirts. So you can see I have my lining, so this is my lining, and then I already ironed on my collar stay. I already ironed the stay on this, and then this is my fabric. So pretty much, and this is the right side. So now all I have to do now is to join the gathered piece to this end here. So this is my gathered piece. I already gathered it. So all I have to do is to just place it right sides together and sew to the hem of this. So I hope you got the drift. Then the pockets also, once I'm done sewing that, the pockets also, I'm going to put the pockets on this, on each side of this, of the front and here. So I'm going to do all of that now, and then I'll show you what that looks like. And so this is what the skirt is going to look like when you are done joining it. Look at this, is the joining part. So this is the gathers part that I joined to the upper circle part. So pretty much, and this is my pocket here. This is one pocket right here, and this is another one attached here. So all I have to do right now is to place the front and back pieces together. So I'll place the back piece on top of this, is the front piece, so I'll place the back piece on top of this, right sides together, and then I'll sew at the side. So this is one side here, so I'll sew here 1 inch. When I get to the pocket side here, I'll begin to sew ½ inch all the way around. Let me show you. So I'll start from here, 1 inch at the side. Once I get to the pocket side here, I'm going to sew ½ inch all the way round till I get here. When I get here, then I'll continue to, then I'll start sewing the 1 inch, the rest of the 1 inch for the side. So I'll sew it till I get to the hem of my skirt. So once I'm done with this side, I'll do the same for the other side, and then you fix a zipper at the back of your skirt. So that's pretty much all you have to do. So I'm not going to do all of that now, and then I'll put this on my mannequin just so that you can see what the full fit looks like. It is now, the skirt is too structured and wide for my table. That's why I can't show you like the full how it looks like. You can't see it fully. So yeah, don't forget to tap the subscribe button below your screen, tap the like button, and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming tutorials when I post them. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.